season. Talk about a strong start. Talk about a good start to the year, but couldn't have gone much better than that.
Yeah, we'll take the win. I thought we did some good things. It's only one game. It's good to get that first one out of the way, especially when you're playing a team you're not really familiar with, and we know that building can be tough to play in. So we're not going to get too excited. We're happy with the win, and like I said, there's room for improvement. We got some time to spend in practice this week and work on some of the things we need to, and expect a little bit different opponent this weekend and back-to-back against Bridgeport.
Was there rust in that first game? You saw you said need for improvement.
No, to be honest with you, I don't think there was rust. I think it's just a little bit of the details. I think, if you want to call that rust. But, everybody got a couple exhibition games in, and then, I keep going back to it, but I thought it had been a very competitive camp right from the get-go, and I think that really made a difference. That being said, the fact that we have this many returning guys, I think also helps. So I think there's always room for improvement, especially this time of year. There's always something you can fix, but we certainly will not only take the win, but the way it came and how we were able to kind of run away with it in the third period was certainly a good sign.
The team showed good speed, had a lot of breakaways, capitalized on about 4 of them, but even the ones you didn't, just an awful lot of good transitions for this team getting out of the own defensive zone.
It's something we've focused on. It's something that was a success that helped with our success last year, and I think it's going to be another big asset to this team. We have some of the additions we've made. Paul Thompson is quick, fits right into how we want to play. Graham Black has continually looked better and really has explosive speed, and I think it's just it goes along with what we're trying to do. We know that we utilized it last year. I think we can utilize it even more, like you said, in transition, and that's something that we'll spend a lot of time on. I think last year a lot of our speed came through our clean breakouts. Whereas this year, I think we can utilize it more in transition. With that being said, they were a pressure team, which I think a lot of teams are going to really try and pressure the puck. And I think if we manage the puck right, we can really expose teams like we did as the game wore on there. And like you said, we had numerous odd man rushes and chance for breaks because we can skate.
There's been in years past holes, or there hasn't been that right shooting right winger. It was Mike Sislo kind of filling the holes there. Now you have Paul Thompson, Steve Bernier. From a coaching standpoint, you have to be maybe sleeping better at night.
Yeah, I think it's we the top line we've used Whitney there as well. So there's no question. I mean it's still early. It's a long season, but Paul has certainly shown us that he has the ability to score and deserves the right to be given that opportunity. So it's a positive. Sislo, we know what he can do. He's kind of been the only right-hand shot consistently that's been here for us. And then we've had Bernie before. Bernie's another guy that can play in all situations. He's a little bit of a different player in the sense that his game is more about strength and puck protection and really grinding teams down, which I thought their line did a good job of. So to have to go from not having that many right-hand shots to having options, it helps the power play, and it certainly helps a lot on breakouts in that transition games where guys are getting pucks on their forehand as opposed to picking it up on their backhand.
Scoreline may not show it, but early in the game it was a close game, and Kincaid and net very strong, especially in that first period, to keep it a scoreless game or a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, after watching the game, I was a little in between periods. I was a little concerned about the shot total, and then when you look at it, a lot of it was outside stuff, but they did have some really good pushes. He had to be strong on the power play, and it kind of went in waves. They when they got the momentum, they really threw pucks and funneled pucks at the net, and we know they crashed the net pretty hard. So I thought he did a great job of locating pucks, made the big save in the third on kind of that partial breakaway. So a lot of the stuff it was easy. He handled easily, but when he had to make the big saves and some of those situations, like I said, fighting through traffic, he certainly was ready. And another guy that had a good camp and picked up right from where he left off in camp.
lineup wise, heading into Friday, Saturday, do we expect to see some of the new guys or different lineups for each night?
Yeah, well, we got to look at it this week. I think when you have success and you win, sometimes it's tough. We got a couple guys maybe potentially looking at McKelvey and Kelly Zajac coming off of injury. Those are both guys that we'd like to see in the lineup. Plus, we do have some young guys. We have defenseman Reece Scarlett missed. Unfortunately, we don't have a heavy schedule right now, so everybody, if they're healthy and rested. You don't want to necessarily change the lineup just for the sake of changing it, but to your point, we would like to see some of these guys because they did have good camps. So as the week progresses here, we'll get closer to finalizing our lineup.